Okay, hello, welcome on board this Delta flight from Southwest Florida up to Atlanta. We're in the Boeing 717 today. I haven't taken this out for a while, so bear with me whilst I try and remember how to fly the damn thing. Set the parking brake, I know that much. And we'll get some doors open whilst we load up with GSX. And request boarding. Okay, next thing I want to do is I think I have to go on to an external program for this Tfdi. This one. Okay, so the fuel we're going to be requiring today is annoyingly in kilograms, so I need to change this over to pounds a minute. Bear with me once I just go on to SimBrief and change the fuel weights. SimBrief is deciding to take all day, so there we go. So we are going to need a fuel weight of many days later. So sometimes SimBrief just really does go along at a snail's pace. It's currently sat on 95%, 96%. Oh, it's so close to generating a briefing package. It's just a few pages and it's making it take like it's trying to compile the entire Britannic Encyclopedia in Swahili. Right, 11787, so we can can pretty much leave it as it was, actually, ironically. Let's see, zero fuel weight's going to be 867. We can pretty much leave everything as it is, actually. Let's just send payload to fuel, send fuel to sim. Brilliant. So now I'm going to find my checklist, which I haven't used for. I really should get around to printing it out, actually. Here it is. Okay, so battery needs to be turned on. Ooh, where is that, I hear you ask? Well, if I remember, which I don't. Oh, yes I do, it's here. Battery is on, let's see, start pump on, which I think was down here somewhere, yep. APU master start. Okay, and we just have to wait for the electrical APU to switch to light up, then we can turn that on. Fabulous. Whilst we're waiting for it to do its thing, I just need to find one other thing. It says Tfdi 717. Oh, I've got so many little things up on my screen here. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack sometimes. There's a little screenshot I took of the V speeds, and I cannot find it anywhere. I know it's there somewhere. I've got the trouble is like so much clutter all over my Windows screen. It needs a bit of a spring clean, to be honest with you. It's jeez, come on, it's gonna be. Ah, yeah, I found it. There we go. Let's pop it over there. In fact, let's highlight it. Let's bring back P3D. Okay, so APU that can be turned on. There we are. Fabulous. Right, our fuel pump can be. It's interesting how it's the right fuel pump. Typically, it's the left fuel pump you have to turn on for these things. Pack seals, the isolation valve switch is open. We're going to be a little bit slow with the setup today, as I really haven't flown this plane for a while. So it's just a case of finding my way around it again. Although there's not a huge amount of switches on this thing. Isolation valve switch, where are we? It's going to be there somewhere. I can't believe I can't find it. It's probably right there in front of me. Emergency power can be armed. Can't even find emergency light. Yeah, there we are. It can be armed. Right, the isolation. Where are you now? Engine. F4 launch. It's anti-ice. You know what? I can't find it anywhere. Boarding is completed already. Where is the... I knew this was going to happen. Where's the isolation? Right, well for some reason I can't find it, so we'll skip by that. Hopefully it's not going to be too critical. Was it? No, hold on, the isolation valve switch, let me think about this logically. It's got to be something to do with the packs, isn't it? So if I can find the packs... There's a generator, there's a galley switch, packs. Ah, here we are, right in the middle. Good grief. Flashback switch open. There we are. Already is open. Yeah, an emergency power arm. Did we arm the emergency power? I can't remember now. Yeah, it's another switch we've got to find. I told you this is going to take a while because, as I say, I'm not so familiar. Well, I like flying this plane, but I just can't. Emergency power. Don't do this to me. Ah, there's it. It's not a switch, it's a dial. Okay, so emergency power arm, emergency lights arm as well. Okay, so that's that one down there. Good, right. Windshield anti-ice fog on as required. There we go. Seatbelts, no smoking galley, all can come on. Nav lights, ground floor and logo lights. Nav on, ground floor on. For logo lights we don't need on because it's daytime. Okay, truck stores, fuels, loadouts, come down to that and tally that all up. So let's close those doors. Keep GSX happy. There we go. Now we come to the no, we don't come to that. I thought we did. Pretty sure we do. Huh. No. Huh. Just sworn we had to do something there. It's a little bit weird. Maybe we don't. IRS to nav. Now I do believe those things are down here, like they are. No, they're not. Shows what I know. No, they're at the top. They've got that funny little smiley face thing to them next to them, haven't they? You'll see what I mean in a minute. This. Okay, so they're on nav. Radio set. Transponder TCAS is fortunately similar to the other ones. Barometer set, I think we already did that, yes. Now we can do the FMC setup. This is where it's going to trip me up. So flight plan initialization. Okay, so we are going from KRSW into KATL. I believe that is Atlanta. Yes. Bang. And flight plan initialize. Yep. Okay, and we are cruising today at a flight level of 320. There we are, and our cost index is going to be 40. Now I remember. Right, so the block fuel. I'm sure there's one of these I can double click and it just throws everything in there. There we go. Block fuel is 12. Takeoff gross weight is going to be 110.7. I knew I used that information somehow. Center of gravity 24.8. Yeah, 0 fuel weight centre of gravity. Don't have that, unfortunately. Might be on the. Don't know if I get it on the sim brief. Let's have a look. I get the fuel loads. I don't think it gives me centre of gravity. Takeoff gross weight. Yeah. Block fuel, 0 fuel weight, cargo passengers. Didn't give me centre of gravity calculations, unfortunately. Or if it does, it's buried away in all the details somewhere. I'm not going to pull that up now. Okay, and then we just come through the fuel, and that's fine. Yeah, sure, in it. Yeah. Flight plan. So we are departing out from runway 24, I believe, via the Shell departure, Shell 6 departure. Transition, I believe, was LAL. Insert. And then from LAL, I think what we then needed to do, so that's LAL. So after LAL, good direct to kernel. J73 kernel. Yeah. J73. Yeah, I'm cooking now. Kernel. KRNEL. Okay, and from kernel it's J75. J75 takes us to HITA. And from HITA we want J89. To soon. And from there it is a direct flight in to KATL, landing. So we're landing. What are we landing at? We're landing 27 right. Yeah. We're not using a star though. Yeah. Are we using transition MCAP and UU? Let's have a look. Yeah, we're using initial approach fix UU, so at least use a transition. There we go. So soon direct to UU. So we'll clear out that flight. Let's go. There we go. Then we come back to performance. No, takeoff. Sorry. So wind. Add on weather request. Departure station. So the wind is 190 at 9 knots. So the wind is at 9 knots / 9 knots. Slopes not applicable as we're on flat runway. Yeah, the outside air temperature is 25. 25 Cs. There we go. And the flaps, I believe we put on 13 on this aircraft. I just need to verify that. Close. Oh yeah, 13. God, I've got good memory sometimes. Right, for the V speeds, I just need to calculate what the gross weight is, 110.7, which gives me a V speed 110.7, so flaps 13, takeoff speeds 132, 136. Okay. Let's put that as 130, 132. I probably just entered these in wrong, by the way, but just We'll just run with it a minute. Okay, so we've got flight plan in. IRS is just got to align. Oops. Okay, so where have we got to? FMC set up, yeah, cruise cost index, done that, weight, since we're going to, so flight plan takeoff. Climb speed. So yeah, we're cruising at let's say 32,000 feet. There we go. Just gotta remember how the autopilot works on this actually. Stabilizer trim set. So what's the stabilizer trim we had to set? And where's my stabilizer trim speeds? Oh, it's there. So we just come down to performance. Where did I see it now? Is it? It's gonna be on here somewhere. Is it takeoff? Come on. I can't remember where you get the trim stabilizer from. That's really annoying. It's on the performance page. I tell you what, we'll put it into the green because that should do. Stabilizer trim. I'm sure it tells you here somewhere. Ah, maybe here. Yeah, stab trim 2.9. There we go. I knew it was there somewhere. 2.9. Oops, overdone. 2.9. There we go. Right, so we've got the stabilizer trim all set up. Let's see. So we set stab trim, cargoes, hydraulic panel, panel, and exterior light set. Smoking. We don't set those on. No smoking seatbelt switches. Already on GPU functions and IRS line technology. Sense transponder, sense check sets, bedroom search. Before start, fuel pumps on, packs off. Since fuel pumps off. Okay, we will soon be pushing back. So we are departing out from runway 28. We're facing that way, really. So push back to the right then, I take it. And on tier 6. Perf, push back, nice to the right. No. Okay, so here comes the pushback.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
How to start the flight, right? Yeah.
Locking gear. Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Now to start the engines, I believe we just push that one, and at some point we just activate the throttle switch. Theoretically. What have I missed? Oh, packs off, you moron. Packs. And they are off. Isolation valve switch open. There. Bleeds on auto. Oops. Stand down sensors. Trucks moved. Oh, why am I not getting power to the engines? What have I missed out here now? Fuel pumps are on, yes. Packs are off. Isolation's valve open. Bleeds auto. Parking brakes set. Emergency power on. Doors are closed. Trucks are moved. External power disconnected off. Beacon on. Should have put the beacon on before he reversed. Engine start. Alright. Why is it not starting the engines?
Set parking brakes.
I'm glad I'm not doing this as a stream. We've got to figure out why my engines are not starting. Start air pressure low. Why haven't I switched on? Something I missed here. Hold on. I put all the fuel switches on, right? So the fuel's flowing.
Unlocking gear.
Wait a minute.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin.
Right, that
removed.
start pump needs to come off for a start. APU air needs to come on. Jeez, I've missed that whole load of stuff. I managed to power armed, okay. That's probably where we're going wrong. Alright, should we try now?
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Right, see if we can get the engine started now, shall we? There we go, there we go, we have life. Knew I'd figure it out. There we are. Happy days. This is what happens when you don't fly a plane for a while. You do lose your feel for it. Okay, start engine number 1 now. That is powering up nicely. And we'll put the fuel in. Alright, so hydraulic packs off. Hydraulic transox on. Packs onto auto. Isolation valve stays on open. Beacon light. Oh, sorry. Auto anti-ice set. Don't think we need it. APU master switches off. Ground equipment gear pins removed. Flaps set. So flap set 13. Spoilers are armed. Flight controls checked. Weather radar on. Okay. There's that taxi. So yeah, flight time today is going to be in the region of about an hour and a half. It's probably take me long to set up the plane and just do the flight. Now we're just going to taxi on down to the end of the Right. So I quite like problem solving. When I can't do something in the plane, it's quite enjoyable trying to figure out, unless you're time constrained. But when I got time, like I kind of have now, it's actually quite good fun trying to figure out why something's not working. There's usually a pretty logical explanation, and yeah, as you saw, I managed to miss a few steps in my checklist. That comes of being a little bit rusty on this aircraft, but we managed to complete the troubleshooting. Shows the why you need checklists. Even when you're familiar with the aircraft, you still need to follow them. It's so easy to miss something. And of course, in reality, it can have catastrophic consequences. Has happened before. They haven't followed the checklist properly, and it's resulted in, unfortunately, a complete disaster. Or maybe they've ignored some. I think the Helios flight, the one where where they had no oxygen, and that happened basically because they ignored the pressure setting. Needed to be set to auto, and it was on manual. And they ignored it on 3 occasions on their checklist. I forget the ins and outs of why that happened now, but obviously that, had tragic consequences. I don't know whether it had been previously faulty or something, but at the end of the day, because they've done some, there'd been a fault because they've done some maintenance, checked the pressurization. It's why it'd been put on manual, but the engineer never put it back to auto when he finished. And of course, the pilots were always supposed to check this in the checklist, and for some reason they missed it or ignored it or whatever. I think they said it's on like 3 separate occasions on their checklist. Are you sure this thing's on auto? And yeah. And when the alarm rang, because you get like an alarm, they just ignored it because they thought it was a fault or something along those lines. And then of course hypoxia set in, and yeah, that was the end of them, unfortunately. Right, we are preparing for takeoff. Front, all lights on. Actually, yeah, we're good. Seatbelts, no smoking is on. Alright, there's no clock thing we can kick off to count on this. No, let's just, I'll tell you what, let's just get the hell out of here. Did we calculate? Yeah, we did calculate the V speeds. It's where we go. Rotate. Positive rates. Gear up. What a pilot. A little bit nicer weather than when I arrived. Cool, what's going on with the speed here? I really want that speed to start picking up in a minute.
Stabilizer motion.
Yeah, stabilizer motion is the least of my problems at the moment. My problems is that speed, which I really want to start picking up. As we climb out through 3,000 feet now. There we go, now we're going to start speeding up, get away from that stall zone, hopefully.
Stabilizer motion.
Not sure why we're not speeding up. Maybe because we've got too much of a climb rate, I don't know. Let's try and ease that down a bit, shall we? There we go. So we desperately need to get the plane to increase in speed. Just doesn't want to, does it? Now we are. Now we're slowly gaining speed. Jesus, you know what? I'm just really going to have to put the nose down and get that speed up. There we go. We're gaining speed now, so we'll be able to get the flaps up soon. Here we are, much nicer weather here in Florida today. There's Cape Coral beneath us. Start bringing the flaps in now.
Stabilizer motion.
There we go. Flaps are in. Jesus Christ, that's chasing us up all the way, isn't it? So farewell to Southwest Florida for now. I'm sure we will be back in the not too distant future. Okay, we're tuned to a local QNH as we continue our climb out. Don't do external views on the 712 because unfortunately there is an intermittent bug on the Tfdi 717 where it will crash. So I only risk it when I do the replay on the landing. It's a shame really because this is a lovely aircraft to look at. You remember the other day when I did my CRJ flight and I was talking about how the plane just looked like it had an undersized vertical stabilizer and everything, and it just looked, the proportions of it just looked right. I love the look of the 717. It's a great, it's more chunky than the very sleek CRJ, but I just love this plane. Try to remember how the VNav on this thing works. I seem to remember it being a bit temperamental. How you work out the landing speeds as well. So there we are, cloudy again in Florida. And they just, as I say, they call this place the Sunshine State. Seriously? As my simulator flights are proving, that's just blatant false advertising, really, isn't it? Though having said that, I have been to Florida many a year ago, and yeah, it certainly was sunny then, that's for sure. So maybe it's the time of year I'm flying, I don't know, but yeah, they certainly do have some very nice and very warm weather. Yeah, I wouldn't want to live there though, purely because well, the hurricanes. You really run the risk, I suppose, depending where in Florida you live, you really run the risk. Well, two things actually, two problems in Florida. One, hurricanes, okay, and you don't really want your house to be flattened in a big storm. And secondly, sinkholes. Florida is notorious for sinkholes. Have a big problem with them, and like all of a sudden your whole house and you just disappears into the ground, pretty much never be seen again. So yeah, it has happened to people. They've been happily sort of asleep there at night, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're gone. So yeah, that's quite disconcerting, really. But on the plus side, it's very nice down there. As I said, having been, I thoroughly enjoyed my time there, so certainly not all negative by any stretch of the imagination. Would I go again? Oh, absolutely, yeah. I did like Florida, actually. There's some breaks in the cloud now, so we are getting to see a bit more of it. We're tracking inland. We're going to then track more, well, you can see we're going to make a turn towards pretty much due north, and we're going to go up past Tampa, up the length of Florida, up to Atlanta. Flight time in the region of about 1.5 hours as we continue my climb out, cruising today at 32,000 feet. Those can come off. I'll probably turn the seatbelt signs off as well. Signs off. Hey Darren. Oh yeah, look, there we are. There's always thunderstorms in Florida, what the hell? Just seen the lightning ahead of me and you can see the thunderhead forming up as well. Florida does love a good thunderstorm, that's for sure. Certainly, well, funnily enough, again coming back to when I was there, I can remember we had a cracking massive great thunderstorm. Boy did that chuck some rain down. And then half an hour later it was all bright and sunny again. So yeah, thunderstorms over Tampa, in the Tampa area. I don't know if that's 24 degrees in Tampa Bay. Geez. Then they do indeed have thunderstorms. That's the temperature up in Atlanta then, it must be quite warm then. Atlanta weather. Only 12 degrees, so a lot cooler already, half the temperature. So we continue our climb out through 25,000 feet there. And unfortunately we're heading straight for the straight for the bad weather. Great. We're gonna fly straight through it. Nice. Where am I looking, trying to fly around it actually, let's have a look. Yeah, if we go direct to hit her, we should be able to avoid it. So let's imagine we're asking on the thing to ATC and we're asking for direct to hitter. So direct to hitter. There we go. Not sure where the plane's going now. What are you doing? Okay, because we've got a crosswind component. Okay, so we're taking direct to hitter in the hope that we will avoid some of these storms. I'm really looking forward to seeing the thunderstorms in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 because here it just looks all wrong. It's all too bright. Everything's all the same colour. I'm sure in reality it'd look a lot more, you know, darker than that. So yeah, I can't wait to see the sky depictions. So we're still going to catch one of the weather sails just after hitter, unfortunately. Although we may just have we may manage to just sneak our way through it. So climbing up 30,500 feet to our cruise. It's isolation open.
Altitude.
Okay, we may just get away with it. Probably best put the seatbelts on, didn't we? Oops. So why we get through this last storm cell here. It's going to clip the outside of it, but we may still get whacked by the turbulence. See how much turbulence we get. I could have flown around if I wanted to, but let's fly through it just for some fun. Here comes the turbulence then. There we go.
Traffic.
Traffic? Jeez, that was flying through here. Oh, it's below me.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust.
Why? It's
Adjust
below me.
vertical speed. Adjust.
It's below me. There it goes, see? We're not all that way. Oh yeah, all that far away from our top of descent. So we need to look at our plan for our arrival now. Let's make sure it scans through. Okay, so we're landing runway 27 right in Atlanta. Let me see. Plan. We want to step through it soon. Decrease, yeah, we come in there. Brilliant, okay, we're cool with that. Decrease, map. Decrease. Okay, there we go. Brilliant, right? So V approach speed, VREF 137. Approach over here. Awesome. Flaps 25, let's say. Flaps 25. So flaps 25, 137. Landing. I didn't see that plane go past us. So ILS frequency is going to be 111.3. It's 275. Just double check on the map. So 27 right, 111.3274. Okay. 3274. Always does that to me. Bring that back. Here we go. 274 then. Slash G7. There we go. Brilliant. Wonderful. There we are. We get a weather request update. So we're looking at 10 knot winds, quite cloudy at the moment, not very good visibility. Because I tell you what, I've had some rotten approaches recently. Rotten approaches. Yesterday I had 2 really bad ones. I had Budapest in the morning, I didn't upload that to the channel, it was in a big snowstorm, or snow rather. And then I had Porto, was not the best, and now this one's shaping up to be not that great either. Earlier today, in another one I didn't upload to the channel, I just went up to Vilnius with Ryanair. That was more reasonable.
Yeah, excuse me.
We should put some live ATC on really, shouldn't we? Let me see that. So quiet. Let's see, Atlanta is in. Got a mental block. What state is Atlanta in? Absolute mental block. Oh yeah, Georgia, of course. God, yeah. Actually, no, let's put that one on. See how fast approaching our top of descent now. Can't hear a thing with that.
That was 3745. Turn left on Sierra Juliet. Hold short runway 27 left at Romeo 7.
Alright, turn left on Sierra Charlie. Hold short of Romeo 7 and Sierra.
Sky was 3745. You can use either of these left turns here. Hold short of runway 27 left at Romeo 7.
Hold short 27 left at Romeo 7. We're done.
Right, Mike, and ground point 75, JetBlue
75305, cross point 27 right, join Mike at a ground point 75.
Cross point 7 right, ground point 75, and
1828, cross point 27 right, join Mike at a ground point 75.
Cross 27 right, join Mike, point 75, 1828.
Minor point. Tech, EVGA to Victor Loop. Departure Delta T95 Heavy.
Okay, we are going to be descending down to 2,700 feet.
That was 727 on that fall. 27 right, good pick up.
Or have the swap, quick pick up 27 right, Delta 727.
75480 on the tower, only 27 right, not a blue.
Not away, 27 right, 75480.
Quarter 127 left.
10-1 left on Sierra Charlie, hold short 27 left.
Sky was 3745, at Romeo 7, cross runway 27 left, hold short runway 27 right at Sierra.
Cross 27 left at Romeo 7, hold short 27 right at Sierra, Sky 3745.
Tower under 5063 over Jabba.
Tower 5063, Atlanta Tower, 1281010, gust 15, runway 28, clear to land.
28 clear land, Endeavour 5063.
Be approach speed 136.
Delta 1599, tower, runway 26 left bottom.
2385, go 3640.
Tower 3745, Travis Holt, cross runway 27 right, join Mike, counter ground point 75.
Alright, cross 27 right, join Mike, ground point 75.
I've still got seatbelts on.
Pass runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Off Delta 1699.
Endeavor 4822 Atlanta, turn runway 26 left, line of the wing.
26 left, line of wing, Endeavor 4822.
Delta 727, can I departure?
727, switch to departure today.
Center 1, traffic hold.
10,001, 23.
Endeavor 5532, contact departure, good day.
Departure, Endeavor 5532.
1001, cross 27 right, join Mike, ground point 75.
1001, cross 27 right, at Sierra, join Mike, ground point 75. Port of Jefferson now.
Turn wind 27011, gust 15, runway 26 right, clear left.
Yeah, we're coming down at Farad rate and knots. Jeez. Yeah. Passengers will certainly know they're descending. Get a weather update.
22 right up, impasse, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Destination, has the weather improved at all? Visibility still rubbish, clouds up to 900 feet though. Overcast at 1,000, light rain, it's now raining in Atlanta, so no, the weather is not really not the best. Really not the best.
27 right, RNAV stop, push takeoff.
There we go. As we continue our descent down into Atlanta.
Turn left here, taxi Bravo Victor on Victor ground plan.
27 right, so upon landing we will vacate to the right.
445 right up to Snuffy, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
RNAV to Snuffy, clear takeoff 26 left, airfield 445.
Endeavor 15.
Flown into Atlanta quite a few times on the simulator. Not just with Delta either, my KLM pilot has visited Atlanta at least once, maybe even twice.
Delta 2715 and Sierra Charlie, cross runway 27 left, hold short runway 27 right in uniform.
Sierra Charlie, cross 27 left, hold short, 27 right in uniform. 2715.
Endeavor 5063, taxi the Sierra Charlie, hold short runway 27 left.
Sierra
To
Charlie, hold short 27
23,000.
left, and we had about a 10 knot loss at like 200 feet.
So yeah, a lot of cloud about.
Roger, thank you.
It's, as I said, not going to be the nicest weather on arrival.
44 count.
But there we go, what can you do?
64 on that fall, 27 right, go take off.
What can you do?
Cap 5376 on a turn, 27 right, model blue. 17 Atlanta Tower, previous riding RJ reported a 10 knot loss at 200 feet. Wind 28010, gust 15, runway 28, clear to land.
In the pirate.
Departure, Denver 48.
What the hell was that? Runway 28 then?
1227 are down to Snuffy, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Gee, how many runways have they built at Atlanta?
Delta 1215,
Is that some new thing?
26 left on the wing.
Runway 26 left, Delta 1215.
Endeavor 5445, contact departure now.
Departure at 5445.
I don't know.
1273, taxi Victor.
There we go, getting bounced around a bit now as we continue our descent.
Endeavor 5376, run out of fall, 27 right, go take off.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27 right, Endeavor 276, RNAV long.
Delta 2192 on the tower, 27 right. A lot of boys, traffic downfield.
Line of 127 right, that's 2192.
We'll set the local QNH in a minute as we drop below 18,000. Getting a little bit of turbulence now as we come down into land. There we go.
Tower, Endeavor 438, AJ for 26 right.
Endeavor 5438, tower wind 270 at 9 or gust 15, runway 26 right, clear to land.
Start clear line, Endeavor 438. Uniform.
Alright, cross 27 left at Sierra Charlie, hold short 27 right at uniform, Endeavor 5063.
Endeavor 5063, monitor tower on 123.85.
2385, Endeavor 5063.
Delta 644, any wind shear for you?
-5, sir. It's about 200 people.
Roger.
Tower Delta 2582, runway 28.
Delta 2582, land tower, wind 27010, gust 15, runway 28, clear to land.
Runway 28, clear to land, Delta 2582.
Time.
Endeavor 5376, on that park. Endeavor 5063, traffic hold, cross number 27 right, join Mike, on the ground point 75.
Cross 27 right at uniform, join Mike, ground point 75, Endeavor 5063.
The 417, taxi via Sierra Charlie, hold short runway 27 left.
4498. Delta 1215, contact departure next stop.
Over to Park, stop 1215.
Delta 1050, turn way 26 left, line up and wait.
Runway 26 left, Delta 1050.
Delta 2848, turn drop, wind 280.
Well, we're going to need to slow down at some point, my friends.
2848, clear to land, runway 26 right, thanks.
There we go. And then.
Delta 2192, Arnett Law, runway 27 right, just take off.
Arnett Law, clear takeoff, 27 right, Delta 2190.
Delta 1752, on a tower, runway 27 right, line of wave. Line boy 27 right, Delta 1752.
231. We're definitely going to want to slow the plane down in a minute.
Delta 525.
Delta 525, tower, wind 28011, runway 26 right, clear land.
Turn land 26 right, Delta 525.
Yeah, we're going to have
The 2102, contact departure next stop.
Delta 2102, great day.
Endeavor 5438, taxi Victor.
Victor, Endeavor 5438.
4 at Sierra Charlie, cross runway 27 left, hold short runway 27 right, at November 5.
Cross 27 left, hold short.
There we go. We're desperately trying to slow the plane down now.
Delta 417, Sierra Charlie, cross runway 27 left, hold
We've
short
got quite a bit of a tailwind that's not really going to help matters. Slowly bleeding the speed off. Let's bleed it right down to 220. Approach speed is 136. There we go. Let's get it right down now.
2018 on a tower, runway 27 right, a lot of weight traffic downfield.
Really got to bleed that speed off.
Delta 644, monitor tower, 123.85. Delta 417, monitor tower, 123.85.
123.85, Delta 417.
The landing lights are back on.
Delta 1050, contact departure, getting out.
1050.
Atlanta tower, 1270 at 9er, runway 28, clear to land.
Land 28, Delta 2114.
43 right up, it's nothing, and wind 26 left, clear for takeoff.
243.
Delta 1342, tower, wind 26 left, line of way.
Bob White 26 left, that's 1342.
Delta 2848, taxi Victor.
Victor Lyric, Delta 2849.
Delta 1343, tower, wind 280 at 9er, wind 26 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 26 right, Delta 1343. Delta 244.
Delta 417, cross number 27 right, join mine, ground point 75.
Delta 27 right, join my ground point 75, the 417.
Seeing 73 just landed, that's plus 10 and minus 5 on short line.
Contact departure, getting out. Delta 1342 on out impasse, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
On that impasse, clear for takeoff 26 left, Delta 1342.
Delta 856 on a turn, runway 26 left, line of way.
9.26 left, Delta 856.
1343, contact departure, no stop.
Have a good day, Delta 2243.
Lane 56, turn out to Snuffy, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
6 left, South 856.
Endeavor 5360, Atlanta turn, runway 26 left, line of way.
26 left on a Boeing, Denver 5360.
Delta 525, taxi via the Victor Loop.
Taxi via the Victor Loop, Delta 525.
Short runway 27 right at November 5.
27 miles, hold short 27 right at November 5, Delta 2580. Right, clear to land.
48.
3283 heavy at Romeo 11, cross runway 27 left, hold short runway 27 right at Dixie.
11, hold short 27 right at Dixie, cap 833.
2582, monitor tower 123.85.
2385, Delta 2582.
36 left, clip, take off, Denver 5360.
Delta 1342, contact departure, good day.
Approach good day, Delta
We need
1342.
to get down because
Delta
we're
992,
still
down, runway 26
above.
left, line of way.
Line of way 26 left, Delta 992. 4455, west, yeah, let's do it.
Figure 44.
Let's get flaps 1.
4, gust 18, runway
Slats
28, clear to
rather.
land following an NVIDIA.
The speed's creeping up.
Delta 2114, taxi via the Black 7, hold short runway 27 left.
Black 7, short 27 left, Delta 914.
Yes.
Delta 2582, monitor tower 123.85. Cathay 3283 heavy, monitor tower 123.85. 123.5, Delta 586,
Okay, we're back under the
Cross 27 left at Romeo
slope.
7 and hold short 27 right at Sierra, Delta 586.
Yeah, we can ease back on that now.
Left line of way, traffic will be downfield.
There we are.
Delta 1343, taxi via the Victor Loop.
Victor Loop, Delta 1343.
Delta 586, monitor tower 123.85.
Good day, Delta 586.
736, monitor tower, wind 280, 12, runway 26 right, clear to land.
400 Atlanta Tower, 128.012, gust 18, runway 28, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 28, Delta 400.
Now pick up by Delta 2582.
Delta 586 here, cross runway 27 right,
Landing.
join Lima, and then go over to ground point 75.
Cross 27 right on Sierra, join Lima, .75, Delta 586.
And we're down below 6,000 feet now.
904, contact departure.
Delta 904, good day.
A little bit below where we need to be, but we're okay, we're okay. We can ease up on the descent rate then.
Delta 992, contact departure, next up.
Yeah, kick that back to 700.
Thank you.
Let the glide slope come down and catch us.
Roger, Sierra,
Okay.
Charlie, hold short 271. Delta 1217.
5260, don't have it stuffy, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Chicago, 5260.
Delta 920, Atlanta turn, runway 26 left, line of
Alright,
way.
it's 200.
Zip right, left wait, Delta 533.
Feel happier when that diamond's right in the middle.
Hold short runway 27 right at Sierra.
Nice, make things interesting.
Left at Romeo 7, short of 27 right at Sierra, Delta 2114.
Okay, let's start bleeding off the speed a bit more, down to 180 now, I think will be good. There we go. Alright, we're getting some rain.
Delta 2114, monitor
Weather
tower
forecast right then,
123.85.
didn't they? Lovely weather here in Atlanta then. Still just staying under that glide slope, so let's
Delta 509,
let's ease up to that so we definitely catch it. There we go.
27 right, Lima Alpha, Atlanta Boeing, Delta 509.
Delta 751 on a turn with 26 left
Fabulous
line.
weather, look at this.
Runway 26 left, Delta 751.
Oh, a little bit of
400
break
deck,
in the
UCO
cloud,
Charlie,
that's
runway
always
27
welcome.
left.
Taxi,
Country
Sierra
6
Charlie,
landing
hotel runway
speed.
27 left, Delta.
Flaps 25 we'll be looking to
Tower Delta 2149 is AJ inbound.
Delta 2149, tower wind 27013, gust 18, runway 26 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 26 right, Delta 2149.
Delta 751 RNAP, impasse, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
RNAP impasse, clear for takeoff, 26 left, Delta 751.
Delta 1485, tower, runway 26 left, line of way.
26 left, line of the way, Delta 1485.
Sierra, Charlie.
Delta 1217, hold short of runway 27 right at November 5.
Oh, hold short 27 right at November 5, Delta 1217.
Bottom at 27 right, let's take off.
RNAP swap, clear for takeoff, 27 right, Delta 509.
Okay, let's cut it down to our landing speed 136 then.
369 line of tower, runway 27 right, line of way, traffic moving downfield.
Line of the way, 27 right,
We can
Delta
go gear down.
Delta 533, kind of block.
Switch park, Delta 533.
And get the flaps out.
Top 2, proceed on runway 27 left, blowing up.
Taxi via the victim.
No, we do have to go flaps 40, otherwise it's right in the yellow.
Delta Sierra, cross runway 27 right, join Lima, ground point 75.
Alright, cross 27 right, Sierra, join Lima, ground point 75, Delta 2114.
Delta 1217, cross runway 27 right, join Mike, ground point 75.
We have the runway in sight.
0.75, Delta 17.
Speed brake is armed.
341.
Delta 751, contact departure message.
Delta 751, good day.
Go to runway 27 right at
Gee,
November
we've
5,
not picked up the
2663 is 51st,
Delta 2663, line of tower, runway 27014, gust 19, runway 28, clear to land.
don't remember.
Delta
Altitude.
400, monitor tower,
Shit.
123.85.
Excuse my language.
123.85, Delta 4.
Goofed that one up.
Runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
How far now to not be for Delta 341?
United 241, tower.
Stabilizer motion.
Line of way, caution for supersonic call sign.
Copy the caution, 26 left, line up with United 41.
Oh, jeez, get the nose down, will you?
Autopilot. Autopilot.
Wind 27017. United 241 on up to impasse, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Now then, pass 26 left, clear for takeoff, United 41.
Delta 1485, contact departure today.
Delta 1485 today.
Delta 1267, tower, runway 26 left, line of way.
I'm the way, runway 26 left, Delta 1267. Sure, 445.
Roger.
Alright, let's put a traffic on the runway.
1000.
27017, runway 26 right, clear line.
Clear to land on 26 right.
Good old ultimate. He does.
The 1267 on up to
Alright.
here, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 26 left, Delta 1267.
Delta 341, contact departure, next up.
Oh, the stutters.
341, get in.
Delta
Horrendous
346, tower, runway
stutters.
26 left, line of the way.
26 left, line of way, Delta 677.
500. 400.
Sierra 5570, use the left
High.
eye off me.
Get down a bit.
Left eye, Sierra 5570.
300.
Up to.
Why is this stuttering?
Minimum.
Top 2, did you call?
100,
Take the park, good day.
Okay, vehicle, go ahead.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10,
And we float
5.
like
FA09,
mad.
proceed as requested. Delta
Oh,
2663.
beautiful,
via Sierra
beautiful,
Charlie.
a real float.
20, runway 26 right, clear left.
5 with you,
There we go, welcome to Atlanta. We floated that, the approach was messy, we floated that landing out like you would not believe.
Southern after way, American 1365.
Anyway, Alpha Delta 837.
Let's go find a home to land. We'll park up in. Stutters, I don't know what else. Stutters. Stutters. Just ridiculous.
Delta 1267, can I get a pirate for your climb out?
To have a stutter-free simulator would be good. Always makes it hard to land when you got these
Okay, how's the ride?
frame rate. We're going to see up to 20,
Okay,
24, 30. Yes, see, I just.
right now, 3,000.
Moderate?
This stutter. Because if I put MSI on, in fact I will, just to prove a point. If we put GPU usage, it's quite high. 98, okay, fair enough. I'm not going to argue that it is maxing out my GPU rather. But I don't know why, I just don't even have this on maximum settings. It's just, it's annoying. I mean, this is far from maximum settings, actually, far from it. But yeah, GPU's being maxed out. I'll have to go back in the settings, see if there's anything I can. I don't know, maybe the clouds have somehow upgraded from low res or whatever. I just don't know.
There 5359 Atlanta Tower, 127.015, gust 20, runway 28, good Atlanta.
Anyway, here we are, we have arrived. There we go. Parking brake. Power off. Landing rate was 156, it's pretty good.
For 2 departures on 27 right.
Yeah, I know.
Delta 837 Heavy, runway 27 right of Lima Alpha, line up away, caution away, clearance for the Heavy 747 departure.
Line up away 27 right, Delta 837.
Delta 2091, can I park?
No.
Do you want me to turn you back towards the approach end?
Guess we can get back in line on, for 26 left.
Okay, Delta 1346, after you make the right here, turn right on Bravo, and then just hold short of the approach end of 26 right.
Okay, right turn and approach end for 26 right for Delta 1346.
Second 1365, taxi to Sierra Charlie, hold short on 127 left.
1119 on the Victor Loop.
Yep, sorry about that. 1119, taxi to Victor Loop.
Victor Loop does 1119.
Right at November 5.
Cross 27 left is Sierra Charlie, short of 27 right at November 5.
There we go, beautiful touchdown. Yeah, pretty much on the centre line as well.
127 left, hold short on 127 right at uniform.
Okay, Sierra Charlie.
And we'll just get ourselves a
72 Tarriot. Roger, X-ray Lima, Sierra 972 Tarriot, approaching south, 26 right, and left on Bravo.
Left on Bravo.
actually, don't we want a
So 123, 185.
yeah, we want that one, don't we?
Delta 837 Heavy, run out of ball, my 27 out, let's go.
Right, clear for takeoff, RNM and
So there we go, this just about brings us to the end of another flight. As always, I realise you had a choice of flights. Thank you very much for choosing this one. Wish you a pleasant onward browsing journey and hope to welcome you back on board another flight in the very near future. So from here in a rainy, grey Atlanta, I'll leave you with the wing view landing
Got a page 94 on the turn with 27 right, line up way, caution, right, German, Chevy, Airbus, Park, traffic council.
Alright, line point 27 right, Delta 694.
To enjoy. And whilst I need to figure out where I can squeeze out some more FPS. Gotta think about that. Kill the shadows a bit, maybe, I don't know.
West 4055, travel with the old crossing with 279.
Anyway, there we go. We are in Atlanta. Farewell for now.
Got a 2663, crossing with 279, John 9, Johnson,